This video is intended for audiences who are 13 and over. If you are not 13 and over, please fuck off and tell your parents to moderate what you watch online.
Alright, so I think this is the first time I have ever seen an actual customer in the shop that isn't Riko or someone who is coming in with Riko, right?
Wait, isn't it just that kid that...
No, because that's her nephew.
Yeah,
right.
I don't
Her,
the same kid.
I mean,
I think it is a completely different...
But like,
no,
I
think
think
it's
we don't see the kid like fast enough. Like, we don't see the kid long enough to really identify him.
Right.
Say, okay, bye. Whatever.
Yeah, right. But I mean, to be fair, we also don't see any. None of them say. So I have to assume this is just like an actual random kid, you know, right? That actually.
It's a relatively unoccupied. So, going back to the inception of this show, right?
Right, because I keep thinking that the model store, right, is like one of those weird buildings,
actually, you know what
right?
I'm confused by?
I'm just so hold on. I just want to finish this. This might be the least populated the show has been, even though it's the furthest away from the pandemic and quarantine. Like, there were more people in the first season when they were in an office building in closed space, like, just populating the area, like, in the background, versus this town, where it is a fucking ghost town.
It's an old enough town.
It's a real quiet country town, but it's also
I think you think everyone's too busy at the grocery store, you know, looking at Shinji and his weird sausage idol dance of the week.
I think with every dimension we traverse, we lose some people along the way.
Right. Look, I keep thinking that the model shop is like the House of Mystery building in DC, where you only see it when you need to see it. You know, like it's perpetually there, right? But people just walk past it because they don't need to see it. You know, right?
It has a perception filter.
Right. Yeah.
Oh my god! Right. He's a companion. Yasan he's the new doctor, and the owl is a companion.
That's why.
Oh, is that? Oh.
The last model kit will be a model kit TARDIS.
Oh man, is there a model kit TARDIS?
Do that with like Lego bricks.
Yeah. Maybe.
I'm sure there's
I'm gonna quickly Google model kit TARDIS to see what we got.
Okay.
We got some model kit. We got some building block. We got a cookie jar shaped like the TARDIS. Okay.
Of course.
Oh wait. I think there actually is a model kit TARDIS. It is from, boy, this is old because it has Agatha Jones, right? I think, right? That was her name?
Are you talking about, wait.
You're mixing the character and the actress. It's
Martha?
Yeah.
Oh, is it Martha?
Jones and...
Is it the one
Freeman
black
Agatha,
girl?
Or Agamemnon.
Yes. Yes,
and
this
is...
It's Freeman Agamemnon.
Oh, wow.
This is an old-ass model
Her actual name.
Is this actually a model kit?
Yes. Oh, yep. If you go to...
It has 2 figures, 12 paints, brushes, and glue. Oh, yep, there's runners.
Oh man, this thing is...
Not $7 of fun, but...
Yeah,
it is. Hold on, this thing has $17 shipping, you know? I was like, I don't know what... Yeah.
Also, it says illuminated lantern plus TARDIS sound effects. This sounds like a toy that requires work. This is someone deconstructing a toy.
I don't know. I think it might be a sound box, right? You know, that you can just insert, right?
Yeah,
right.
But like, it's different when there's like when you get like a perfect grade like Gunpla and it comes with like an LED system like for the unicorn, versus like this comes with like a Teddy Ruxpin speak and spell.
All right, man. Okay. Some guy has uploaded a 21-minute unboxing of this thing. Part 1. Part 1 of the model kit.
Okay.
This is part 1.
Yeah, that'll be a later time thing.
Oh wait, hold on, boy. Man, in part 2, so in the YouTube thumbnail, it shows me part 2. Part 2 is 52 minutes long.
Jesus Christ.
This guy
must go. Something that I just thought about is based on how, like, based on the size, stock, and how nice, like, Yasan's shop is, theoretically that means, like, everyone in this tiny-ass town is buying plastic models. So theoretically it should be everyone is a plastic model fanatic, and maybe just going around hanging out with other people to learn about their hobbies.
I still think Yasan's shop is like a magic store that isn't... Like 90% of the stock are just phantom stock, you know? Like, it's just there for show.
Based off of certain things that come out...
if it's not, then...
Based off of certain things that he has in his... he has access to, he definitely has some kind of fucking magic going on.
Uh-huh.
But that's for another episode.
Yeah. Hey,
meanwhile,
it's
here's the real magic.
Ryosangata Riko, season 3, episode 5.
I didn't take the time to translate the title. When it comes through again, I'll try to fucking figure it out.
I am done with the title. The mountain passed through my heart.
The mountain. Yeah, episode 5 of season 3. The mountain passed through my heart. Boy, that's okay.
Which sounds like you have a cardiac
Yeah, it
condition.
sounds like you have fucking blockages in your lung. Okay. I think it actually, I think it's actually like I want to cut through the mountain pass.
Yeah, mine sounds better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
anyway,
Riko wants to. Hey, look, it's summer. You know, she got to do that traditional thing that in every Japanese anime that takes place during the summer break. Look, she wants to go see the fireworks festival.
Let's go see fireworks at the fireworks festival.
Mom can't go.
Literally nobody wants to go with her. Everybody has better things to do. Like her mom wanting to obsess about her.
It's Shinji's 25th birthday.
No, it's the celebration of the first month of his 25th birthday, which is still weird as fuck.
Hey, happy belated birthday.
Yeah,
I guess.
Is this what Baby Reindeer is about? Is this what it's about?
No, man. Hey, don't. Hey, look, I've never. Is that? Don't. Hey, look. Look. It's not a true story, you know, right?
Yeah,
right?
It's just based on a true story, except it's also a true story, but also, whoops.
Right? Yeah.
Big Sis doesn't want to go.
Yeah, Big Sis doesn't want to go because she's hiding from some man. Ooh,
no,
boy.
she's going on a work trip this weekend.
Yeah, a work trip to space. She wishes. And then
younger sister's
like,
Kai, you can't try to trick
Kai
me into
immediately
this.
goes, thanks for the fucking lipstick. Bye, bitch. I'm not going to go hang out
Yeah,
with
man,
you.
that sounds lame. That sounds like kid
that sounds like
stuff.
something for little children. Hey, Daddy, will you take me will you drive me to the fireworks festival?
Okay, well, you only
Please. Yeah, you know.
I'm just saying. It's just funny because it's just funny to me because, like, her plan is, like, based around, hey, somebody, do you want to go with me to the fireworks festival? Presumably, though, of the people that can actually take her to the fireworks festival, her younger sister certainly wouldn't be one because she's in high school. The older sister, she might have a license.
Yeah.
Mom, maybe, probably. The dad is
Most
really,
adults have
but like,
license.
in order for her to go to the fucking festival, you have to know that you can go to the festival. So the first person she should have asked should have been her father. Then she should have asked who else wants to go.
You need to know how you're going to get to the festival.
Right, but I'm just saying, she doesn't have. She's
Man,
asking people to go to a
she
thing
must
that
be
she doesn't
so
have a plan
far
to
in the
get to.
countryside that she can't even order an Uber to take her, you know, or Lyft, or whatever the fuck the guy,
Or just bike.
or one of those Japanese taxi services that are everywhere in Japan.
I just feel like, hey, I think Riko's old enough. She can get on a. She's old enough.
Told you, this city is old enough.
Yeah, just get on a bike and go ride by yourself. She's 20-something.
I'm sure you can afford to somehow get across the mountain pass by either walking or biking or hitchhiking or something, and then buy a hotel room for a night, and then come home.
Yeah.
Oh, man, this is a long... Remember, she has to go up a hill, not up walking, because they do a drone shot of this...
It's an insane... It's an insane mountain.
She's between them.
I mean, yeah, but it's like a winding path.
Also, I like that both of her sisters are like, no, I don't want to go. And she's like, are you psychic? It's like, no, you're just carrying on the
really,
fucking flyer.
Yeah, you're just really, like, telegraphing what you want so
transparent. You're also walking around holding a flyer that says firework festival, you know?
Yeah,
right?
You're not being discreet.
Right? Look, she got to trick her older sister, like, like, sis, so you look so good today, you know? Do you have any plans for the weekend? Hey, I have an idea. Why don't we check out this firework festival in the next town? You know? Right? Yeah, she's not doing a good job, you know, I'll try to get her. But her dad says yes, no way. Her being daddy's girl, it's like, oh, yes.
Yeah. Hey,
you know.
Look, trustworthy father, you know, hey, they just bonded, you know, they just had a bonding moment, they just got through some stuff. It's perfect time, let's go. Oh, I got the yukata ready, Dad's ready, they're both jolly as can be. Dad goes and gets the car all gussied up and cleaned and fucking oil changed. I I haven't gotten an oil change since I got my new car. I should probably do that.
We also
Yeah.
got the brake pads changed.
Yeah.
That was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Anyways, Dad's plucking his eyebrows for this.
Yeah, it's a lot of, look.
Riko has a song about the yukata.
I'm choosing to see this as a
There's watermelon on the table.
Yeah, choosing to see this as a cute. I'm choosing to see this as a cute daddy-daughter date, even though it feels little old for that. But hey,
I mean, it just feels like that I haven't really connected with this child in a while.
Yeah, people have different relationships with their parents.
Look, to be fair, look, Riko has been gone for like 4 years. She's too busy in the city now, right?
The real thing for me is really that, wow, a fucking Japanese gas station. You really don't see one of those every day. I have been to Japan twice for like extended periods of time. Mind you, again, it's mostly like Tokyo, Kyoto, like
Major cities.
Yeah, Hiroshima, like places with like metropolitan like public transport and like
Not old enough town.
I mean, you could. In America we have flyby cities, flyover country. Japan has bullet train through country.
That sounds bad.
And it's just something where I go, oh, look at that. Oh, okay, it's gone. Oh, hey,
Man.
look at
Okay, wait.
Oh, that's
so, are we so going back to how everyone in the show is just a recurring character, who the fuck is this? Right?
I don't know that the attendant is the guy.
Is the attendant a reincarnation?
We don't even get like
not a guy.
we don't even get like a real shot of his face.
Yeah.
Like we only see him from this. Like,
He's not a guy.
for
He just has a
example,
bow tie.
we're gonna get a couple of people showing up next episode where it's like when they want us to know, like even with when Riko passed by what's her face, the first assistant girl in the grocery store this season.
Mm-hmm.
Like
it was focused on her, Yeah,
right? It took
took
a second to like recognize it and
Or-
then just like keep moving past it.
The dog run guy showed up.
Yeah, right.
Building a
Right.
fucking parking lot.
Yeah.
So
that's the like. So I guess when not everything, it's a problem because there's so many like I guess cameos / like Easter eggs where they're like, ho, recognize that?
That it's me,
Yeah.
Right? That's what season I'm from. I could be from the first or the second, or I was in both, You never know.
That it catches you off guard and starts making you overguess things, but I'm going to try and bet that guy is not actually.
Oh, it's just like he's just an actual person that lives in this universe, unaware.
He's an actual NPC of this.
Right? He is unaware
universe.
of the greater cosmic power that is
when the world shifts, much like Gridman, when Riko leaves, his world will continue, but only in the enclosed space that it exists in.
Right.
So, I'm sorry, guys. I had one sip of beer, and now
Yeah. So.
Fuck.
After they talk about delicious fucking festival food,
Starts and ends with sauce.
the dad gets, once again, his kryptonite, alcoholism, rears its ugly head, and he runs over and takes a, I guess, excited sip of one beer, and goes, oh shit, I can't drive.
It's over. It's over now, right?
Okay.
Look, hey, just because we're in a small town doesn't mean there isn't police in this town, right? Don't know.
So, I immediately started making fun of this because I was like, that's so stupid. Like, not because, hey, kids, you should drink and drive, but there's a legal limit to, like, blood alcohol content or concentration for the reason that as a society we go, you can have a little, right? That being said, I looked at what I had to look up what I looked up Japan's blood alcohol legal BAC for driving, and it turns out that Japan's BAC limit for driving is 0.03%, which they state as lower than many other countries. For example, the only two other countries, at least from the Google AI telling
But
me.
isn't that only like a beer?
According to Google AI, it says for many people this is less than the amount of alcohol in one 12-ounce can of beer. Also, you have to understand blood alcohol concentration is the percentage of alcohol
content in your blood,
to blood. So different people metabolize it differently. So like
again, I still thought at first that this was going to be a weird joke about Asian glow.
Oh, yeah, that's what I thought too. I thought that was the bit they were going with as well.
Speaking of Asian glow, China has it at 0.002%. So China's one step lower.
Well, China is
China. So it says that most Western European countries have it at 0.05. The blood alcohol concentration for Maryland is 0.08. So we're 0.5%, 0.05% higher than whatever they can drink. And this is going to sound bad.
You've driven it.
I have blown... No, we don't... I've blown into a breathalyzer before because I had friends who had breathalyzer... Had cars that had breathalyzers in their... Had cars with breathalyzers in them that wouldn't start if they didn't blow into the breathalyzer, and I needed to drive them home. So I have blown into it, and I have known... And, like...
So you've known your numbers.
I've known my numbers, because I've had... Like, I've done it when I've, like, had a beer... And I've done it when it's like, oh, guess what? Neither of us can drive. Sucks for you.
Well, unless we get a hobo off the street.
But like, this is 0.0 at 0.03. A sip of beer, depending on the like alcohol content of it, that could have been it. That Daddy might have fucked up. Like, I mean, he didn't take a shot, but like, he just took
I just like that it's one sip, I can't drive.
It's one sip, I can't drive. Rico's disappointed face, and then cut to...
I hate you.
He fucking chugs... Cuts next to him chugging the entire beer.
I think the next shot is fucking great, you know. He realized that, it's over, you know, right?
Well, I can't go, so I might as well,
you know, right?
Also, it's like...
It's disappointment, he's apologizing, then he goes, I fucked up. Oh, but I also did finish the rest of the beer.
Also, it's... When you realize, like, later on in the episode... how early in the day it must be, all you have to do is not drink anymore. Just go, like, 2-3 hours.
Take a nap.
Drink water. Drink Gatorade. Piss it all out. Fucking go on a run. I don't know.
Do most of these things at the same time. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that is what got me, right? That is what got me, right, with this episode. Right, after the dad, like, yeah, I can't take you, Rico, you know? She goes to Yasan and be like, hey, Yasan, you're the only other adult I know in my life, and then they just spent the next scene just was like, oh, wait a minute, should you be doing this right now? Did you forget about your what your intended purpose is? I was like, yeah, no, that is what got me by how early in the day this is, right?
Yeah. Also, like,
I like that she just gets in the car, sits there like she's about to drive, then goes, wait, I don't know how to drive.
I love this like pseudo PSA for this show that. I mean, look, Japan has the Japanese, like, drama scene. I don't know exactly, with the exception of the tokusatsu, but even some of the tokusatsu stuff, right? I'm curious of what the intended demographic is. I don't really know what the intended demographic is for this. I would assume it's going for the 18 to 32 crowd, right?
I mean, hey, you think this show isn't made for Western gaijins, you know?
I'm just saying in general, the age demographic that it's going for is people that don't need to have someone wag their finger and go, drinking and driving.
I'm pretty sure some of the people who are all fans of hold on.
Initial D?
No, hold on. I'm gonna pull up the actresses, it's for all the people, for Yuki Yoda, you know, right?
Yeah.
Of 8, I think she was part of 8.
Actually, it's Nogizaka 46 that she's part of.
Yeah, right? She's part of the 3rd generation, you know, right? I'm sure it's for all those people that are fans of her.
It is Yuki Yoda. I did not think about that.
Yeah.
She's part of Grogu's family.
Man, she was born in the year 2000. Huh.
Yes, she is. Hey, I had to ask this because I was trying to figure out how old she was based off, like... So you can't drive, but, like...
We're 29, almost 30.
Hey, look, she's been living in the... Look, she's from the... She never had a reason to drive, you know, right? Everything she needed was either with a bike ride or just a walk, you know, right?
And also... But, I mean, at that point, it's like, the only... Oh, wow, the only fireworks festival is fucking... In the next town over across the mountain?
Well, yeah, it's in the next major city. It's not like we have local fireworks in Dakota Park anymore. Or, like, general area.
Look.
It's, you gotta go to outer-lying bigger cities.
This is when you know a guy that knows a guy that can
will give me the rest of the Hello Kitty fucking Yu-Gi-Oh things?
That's not... I was gonna say I can go to Virginia and get you fireworks.
I just want the rest of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
anyway,
Riko realized she cannot illegally drive, so she goes to the next... She really starts going through the list of people who I know that can drive, you know? I could ask my grandpa, but he's dead, and he's also old, so I can't ask him, you know, right?
You can't really ask him.
So I'm just gonna go hang out with the two other people that I know. This is such a great episode.
I think
actually,
she's initially just going to mostly complain that she can't go.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because that's basically...
I just wanted to go.
That's literally what happens because... So she shows up and goes, I really wish I could cut through the mountainside, right? And they just decide to help her with basically retail therapy, right? And then they introduce her to Initial D, which, mind you, I thought was an insane thing. Like, I forgot that this episode was going to be about, like, Initial D model kits. Showing someone a model kit for a essentially race car. I mean, it's a car used for racing.
There's a difference.
Yeah. A car used for racing. When that person can't drive and they are frustrated by it is a fucking wild, like, form of, like, hey, cheer up.
You can drive through the mountain pass of your heart.
Yeah, you could, just play pretend like you could have driven. Here's something that can actually drive. Like,
I mean, look. I feel like that's what we've been doing this season, you know, right? We did have, we did have her helping her cousin. Hey, whenever your little rock project, hey, here's doing it, but with fake dinosaur bones in the dirt, you know? It's like that, you know, right?
If it would have, I guess it would have been like more sensible if it was like, I guess if Riko had more of a. If Riko saw the festival in, like, more of, like, further in advance and like, asked everybody, and everybody would have been busy, and then she's like, well, I guess I have to take my driver's license, like, test. That's not what we do. We go, she's sad because she can't fucking get to this...
She can't go through the mountain pass.
So, the best you can do is play with this fucking model kit that will fucking, like, give you the closest thing you have to, be like, the autonomy of driving.
Right, yeah. This is real funny. I was like, yeah, right. It's just like you have to play pretend. Hey, if you play pretend driving through it gives you the feeling that you actually went through the mountain pass. You know, I was like, man, that is insane. That's like playing Monopoly when you're trying to buy a house and you can't buy the house. It's just like that.
I mean, I will say it is something where I started like I have begun to re-dabble in Minecraft because I went, housing market, huh? I'm gonna go play with my blocks, like...
Right, it's just like that, it's just like... Yeah. Yeah, but, hey, but Ao and Yasa was in on this, too, like, oh, wait, this is fun, hey, hold on.
This is where we truly get, like, the boiled down truth of this show, which is, that is what this has always been. This has been Riko coming to a bartender, essentially.
A bartender of plastic models.
Right. And airing her, or a therapist, really, airing her woes, and then like them giving her some kind of like outlet to like express it and learn from it.
Because it helps her refocus.
But then but for the first time, she's able to flip the script and go, I mean, sometimes you get a little, you know, you have a little fun with the customers, right? You know, you want to take a shot with them, and they're like, oh fuck, we get to play this time? Oh yeah. Fuck yeah, let's all get drunk.
Oh man, Yasa's been waiting for this the entire season. He was like, oh man, it's like, look, He's like, I look, now it's my turn to build a model kit now, right?
Yeah.
You open the box?
Yeah.
We all open a box.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
it's just-
all-
And I mean, I could close the shop early today, you know,
Yeah,
right?
this is why I keep saying, like, it's such a big deal of, like, how early it is.
There's a bell on the counter. It's fine.
There's so much light in the fucking, like, natural daylight in the fucking, like, shop while they're building this, and they just stop doing anything.
So is there a really big thing about tofu going on right now? Or just in general?
I think it's just...
Now tofu, mapo tofu, and tofu. I like tofu, but...
Look,
feels like...
I never paid enough attention to Initial D to, like, realize that he was a fucking tofu delivery boy.
I am the tofu
I don't
driver.
know if this is, like, a thing, if this comes from something, or if this is, like,
Now, that would
some
be like
deep
the milkman
lore.
rather than gas.
I'm just saying,
I
if
think
it's
it's
some,
all
like,
it's been a while since I watched Initial D, and from what I remember, like, yeah, right? Because I think it was like his parents' store that he works for, right?
I mean, look, Initial
I mean,
D to me
probably.
is arcade games and memes. Like, that is, like, I have had people try to tell me,
Right.
like, oh, you should
Right.
get into it. I'm like,
Right, but when the show
okay.
isn't revolving around a bunch of people racing in the mountain waves, listening to Eurobeat, you know, right? They're like they don't like the episode just doesn't start with them appearing in the mountains, you know, everywhere.
Yeah, I
Like,
know, and that's the thing where I'm like,
Right.
I just
Like
wanna
there is
watch,
a there's like a pre-plot, you know, it's like how in every
Yeah, I
Power
know. There's a
Rangers
bunch of
episode,
stuff.
right?
There's a bunch of drama
Right,
happening around the
they
edges.
do
and I
regular
go,
human
eh.
stuff before
I
they
know, and
become
I
the
hate
Power, right?
But I hate the human stuff. I just get back to driving. I just want to hear the Euro beats and you.
Well, Fast and Furious.
Yeah, or fucking Yu-Gi-Oh, where eventually they went. What if everything was card games? And it went. Why were the cops card games? Because we know that that's what you want. And you went. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I know it doesn't make sense, but yeah, we want. Yeah.
Thanks
yeah.
for bringing it back.
This thing's
Thanks for bringing that fucking problem back.
like. Huh?
Yu-Gi-Oh! Openings. Things stuck in my
Oh,
head. You brought it
I
back.
said cops. I didn't bring up GX.
Yeah,
It's
you
not my
brought
fault.
it back.
It's not my fault that you have it stuck in your head.
It is.
Well, technically, that's a delayed
you know
reaction.
who's
That's a
fault
delayed
I ever
reaction.
watched
Okay.
was? Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anyway, hey, it's the Initial D. Learn some stuff about Initial D cars. Oh boy, all these stupid fucking cars.
Is there a Celti figure?
There probably is a Durara. There probably are Durara model kits.
There's not much.
But anyway, yeah.
Build with me, bitches.
Yeah, they finally, Yasan and Ao finally get to, like, join in on the fun and build. Boy, I almost want to get, I've never built a model car before.
Stop sniffing the box.
Oh yeah, also, crazy that they say that it smells like gasoline. I don't know if that's true, but if it is, you got a bad box.
Look,
Don't
plastic,
sniff it.
plutonium, look, you know, right, it's all it all comes from the same source, you know.
I
Right.
mean, yeah, but either way, we just spent the last, like, 10 minutes saying, don't drink and drive, and don't, like, drive without a license. But absolutely, it's
Sniffing
A-okay.
chemicals.
Sniff some gasoline or chemicals, it's cool. I don't know if that's cool. Japan already has a problem with
they've been
kids
doing this for like a
sniffing
while
paint
now,
thinner.
you know, right? Like, you know,
Japan already has problems with
I
kids
was just
sniffing
straight
paint
up
thinner.
wafting
Yeah.
it, like, delicately.
Yeah.
Like, I had to explain what wafting was
To who?
when I
Oh,
worked
at HFL?
yeah.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Like, when
Yeah,
COVID hit, and
yeah,
it's
you're
like,
like-
you can't just shove your nose in the fucking
Yeah, just take your
jar.
hand and fucking
Yeah,
do it.
you waft it, or
Yeah.
I'll waft it for you.
That's awful. That's awful. The idea of wafting a scent to someone else, fucking, that sucks.
Well, you want to smell it, then that's your options.
But anyway, I've never built a model car, but I've got to, like, I feel like
This is building a car.
I feel like I need to, yeah, if it comes with this much detail, I need to buy a model, like, kit for a car just so that I know what car parts are. And I feel like that's the saddest, nerdiest way to fucking learn about cars, but I feel like that's the only way that I could possibly comprehend it.
Oh man, are you gonna get a man? Do you think model kits? There has to be like a model kit for like average everyday car. Like I could probably, if I were to look, I could probably find a model kit of my car, right?
Yeah, can you find a model kit of a Toyota Camry? Probably.
Oh,
Right
yeah.
there, right? It has to
I
exist,
just like
right?
to imagine cutting out all the pieces, handing them to a, like, cars person who's trying to, like, pass, like, some of their final tests. And
Oh,
it's like,
man,
put
what?
it together.
Well, the thing is,
lower level, just name the piece.
I mean, it's funny because, like, in architecture, and I assume this happens in engineering too, like, you do build a model typically. Now, a lot of the times you make a 3D model, like, on a program first, and I'm sure that with 3D printing, it's become way less of, like, an issue, but it's like, somebody has to, like, there is that aspect of, like,
no one's showing on the bottom,
building
no
up,
one's showing in general, like...
Right, but, like, you have to show, like, what it would look like in practice. Like, the whole joke of, like, Zoolander, what is this, a house for ants, like, thing, is, like, because it's a model building, like, there are, like, I've seen, like, I saw the model, like, building for the, African American History and Culture Museum before it was built, because, like, I did an internship with the architecture firm.
A lot of big things are started with models because that's the easiest way to start them.
Yeah, like, you gotta do that first. But yeah, we get a lot of car facts. It's fucking NPR up in this bitch.
Mm-hmm. Right. So they built the car. And Rico's like, "Oh man, it's missing something. You know, it's missing the energy. You know, it's not the same."
Basic as shit. Yeah, all it is just this.
Right. Hey, to be fair, she is true. She has been every model kit she has built so far has been adding some pizzazz to it. You know, in some way. You know, like last week, she just straight up built an entire wardrobe for like an anime girl. You know, with her model. So she was like, "Yeah, man, look, Rico can't go back to."
I mean, even the dinosaur, like, she put her own spin on it by, like, taking half of the fucking skin off.
Yeah, right. Just throwing it to the dirt to get the authentic dinosaur, to get that authentic fossil feeling, you know, right? She can't go back to just building a model kit and that's it. Like, that's done.
Once you know what detailing and fucking.
Once you learn about panel lighting, the world changed, you know, right?
And then she fucking invades Yasan's privacy and goes into his own personal collection of manga, pulls out a copy of Initial D that somehow she sniped from the back row, and went, "Oh, I want to do this." And then she does this is one of the most challenging types of, like, paint techniques for model kits that, like, a person can do, and it's so crazy to me that, like, this version of Riko is the one doing it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because
also keep in mind, this is still within like a singular day as well, right?
Yeah.
This takes place within like
because there's so much time. Again, she could have. I don't know how. I mean, literally the only thing I can think of that has ever shown the process of getting your license in Japan is fucking Agretzko.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, even that, she had to take multiple classes and then take the test. I assume you have to, take a class, or at least to get a full-fledged license, you have to, like, get a certain amount of hours, like, on a provisional.
Usually both.
Right. Different places, different states, different rules, you know? I don't know Japan, but I'm just saying, I feel like if she took an 8-hour class, she could have gotten all of this done and still gone to the fucking, like, fireworks festival by the time it was done.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
or just waiting for her dad to get that beer
to sober up. Again, it's been hours.
But the person that only drinks one beer, like he just doesn't after like the first can, right? He doesn't start going after like the whole six pack,
even if he wanted to chug that one, like crush that one can, if he stopped for the amount of time that she was gone doing the model kit, he could have sobered up and been complete. I mean,
do you think the dad is at home this entire time waiting for Rico to come
restrain him, hold him down, be like, you gotta resist. I want the beer.
No, you get water and saltines.
No, I would just like to imagine that like the dad is at home waiting for Rico to come home. He's like, oh wait, never mind. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Fry's like, okay, Rico, time to go. Where'd you go?
It's fucking wild, like, to think, like, well, I could wait for this, or I could spend 6 hours. Like, it's not even the building the model kit that's the only thing that takes time. We then switch to, let's try some of the most, like, complex...
Let's learn about lighting technique.
Yeah,
how
lighting
to
and
make
shading and, like, and like how to make the model kit look like it's in the anime/manga.
Wait, the streets have the...
Let's add some
the speed?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's Japan.
Yeah. Let's add some speed line into...
What?
I assume that that's probably closer together than fucking speed signs, or like speed limit signs.
I think they have speed limit signs too.
Okay, well, speed limit signs slowly have been driving me insane because they keep getting like further and further apart.
Yeah.
Depending on where they are in certain cities and shit, they are super far apart or super close together. Pick one.
Yeah.
Thank God for the GPS telling me how fast I should
even
be going.
the GPS lies sometimes.
I can't.
Now the GPS lies sometimes.
Thanks for making me spend $260 in tickets. Like, fucking.
You had $260 in tickets?
Not recently.
Okay, 'cause I ran red light today, and I feel really bad about that.
Oh boy.
I mean, I'm never sure.
Look. It doesn't count
this one's
until
on
you
me.
get a letter in, right, by the department saying that you did it. You know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So anyway, so then I think there's also there's like a really small bit that I think is extremely unhinged in this show is when after they painted the speed line, right? Rico's like, oh man, it still isn't it. Something's missing, you know. And then Yaso's like, you gotta imagine it, right?
Oh
You
yeah.
gotta imagine the speed, right? So then the camera then zooms into Rico, right? And then there's like
she
this
just
weird gust of wind.
dreams
Right? There's like a little gust of wind that happens on her face. And she like, I see it.
Magic.
I was like, what the fuck is this? Did she like tap into? Did she saint with like across the multiverse? You know, right? Like understanding every single Rico.
Accessing the power of all the other Ricos.
Right? Is that what that?
Because I've whispered to her.
No, I think Grandpa just blew. I think Grandpa just came up and. Grandpa just blew on her face.
What was I going to back how like the grandpa is like such like a weird not important character in this. It's like not like I thought this was going back. Like I legit thinking how this show was originally just gonna be like every episode you see the spirit of the grandpa, right?
Yeah,
being
like,
there,
guiding her, like
right?
Yeah.
But no, like there's just
Like
the scene where Rico just like unlocks the knowledge of speed line. I was like, oh, what the fuck? What was this? The wind blew and everything. There's like a light that shined across. I was like it's just so fucking unhinged.
I think it's supposed to be a fucking like reference to. I mean, obviously it's supposed to be a reference to like sports and Initial D, like general like.
Right, yeah, it's like the moment, you know,
like,
yeah.
Oh, I'm in the zone
real
now.
Funny.
But it's just an insane thing to just show up.
Right,
Yeah, she's in the auto zone.
Right, when she just unlocks, when she unlocks Super Saiyan 1, all of a sudden she's like...
And then
Meanwhile, because Rico and Ao take so long,
Yazan suddenly has fucking perfect backgrounds and layers for the tracks.
Just draws perfect backgrounds and, yeah, like... Just pens in perfect fucking.
Look, they got a lot of time, all right. I also like to think that the model shop also operates on its own space-time logic. You know, right? Right.
It's got like reduced time.
Right. For like every
time
3 hours that
outside.
they spend in this model shop,
it's the hyperbolic time chamber.
Right.
Oh
Going back, and look, this thing operates on its own. Of time and dimension in space, you know, right?
It is really fucking insane. Like, I mean, look,
I think he has backgrounds, and I think he draws the individual like tracks.
I will say this specifically as a person that has worked on dioramas and stuff for his model kits.
This ain't easy.
This is not easy. This is fucking.
The shading on the fucking background thing with the mountains is insane.
It's fucking.
Especially with the star speckles.
It's like.
Kill me.
It is Bob Ross just walking out going, oh yeah, I just made some happy little clouds. Motherfucker, where the fuck did those clouds come from? You went from this to that too quickly. Come back.
Wait, how'd you do that?
Yours looks like a thing.
Yeah, no. You can't just say, oh yeah, and then
I'll just use a little light brushing right here, you know.
I take a little cerulean blue, and then I and then I go back, and then you cut it cuts to the paint well, and then it cuts back to the painting, and it's a completely different cloud. It's a completely different sky.
Yep.
You can't just.
I mean, it also honestly feels a lot like Edgari-esque type of shit, and so it's just honestly,
the lines on it,
because if you try to do that in like 10 minutes, it will not work.
No,
you cannot get any even close to the shading of the lower trees, the upper trees,
Also,
the mountains, the sky,
there's like a perfect
sky. Like,
border around the fucking mountains, which means he had to put something down to like cover it or something.
Or I mean, it does look like he kind of eyeballed it, but it's still just.
I think the road he might have drawn, but the backdrop, right?
The backdrop he had on hand.
Right, yeah, that's something he just randomly had.
He still drew a lot of shit just for like.
He still split road tracks.
Yeah,
and made a thing.
Look! All you have to do is you just have to draw some lines, you know, right? Right, you know, just draw some roads, you know, right? All you do is did stroke some line, you know, right? Yeah.
I'm a fine arts major. Don't make me angry.
I learned. Look, the cheat sheet that the literal like cheat that I found for drawing like D&D maps was, hey, I don't need to draw and color specific maps for specific locations. I just need to make like backing boards for like different environments, and then use tracing paper to put those like things on top of them. So if I want to make a desert town, I have my desert background like paper, and then I put tracing paper on top of it, and I draw on that. That's how you get away with that. I'm going to make a detailed thing for each and every street. That's a fucking insane person choice.
I mean, honestly, okay, so you've seen some of my stipple, like, drawings.
Yeah, no.
Those take at least 3 hours for that mediocrity.
Look, Yasun had time, you know, right?
Is Yasun Sunny from iRobot? Where he's
Maybe,
going...
Motherfucker's insane. Insanely talented. It's insanely unfair.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening anymore.
Anyway,
he draws so many of these. Man, I didn't realize how much. It didn't occur that he drew every single one. I thought they were repeating the back.
Nope.
The road.
Nope.
He actually drew like, I want to say like after so there's like at least 10 sheets, right?
Yeah.
At most, at minimum.
Well, each turn is like has its own background thing. Which again, if we're assuming that he drew also, okay, this goes into like a lesson I had to learn with like graphic design is like work smarter, not harder. Draw one sheet, take your copier, and run copies of it. He drew
all of those by hand.
Why would you do that?
That is some classic manga-ass shit of just, no, I drew every panel by hand.
Look.
Repeatedly.
Look, Gunpla was a mistake, okay?
Everyone has to race now. Look,
everyone takes they have their little play race, which, look, I can understand if you're just having fun and in the mood. God, he also drew characters.
Good.
He also drew characters and trees and shit. Like, the backgrounds are the backgrounds, but then he also added, like streetlights and characters, like, cheering on the racers and stuff. And sound effects I'm seeing now on the bottom of the fucking, of the street, which it's so much detail for such a fucking throwaway thing.
I swear to God, he's been working on this for years, and he finally has, like, a time to actually use it. He's like, yes, I can do this.
I can bring out all my paper dolls.
Like, haha, finally, the time is here.
I'm just saying.
Because if that's not it, and he just magically did this over, like,
he is
15,
magic.
20,
to be fair, he is a genie. He is a genie.
I'm losing it.
He is ya genie.
Losing a limb, like, I can't.
But it's so weird.
God, the line work is so good.
It's so insane.
Like,
the way
that
I get it. Yeah, no, I'm just saying they do this whole thing, and they all get to play their little pretend. And Yasun makes car noises, which is honestly the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
And then they just play with their little toy cars like they're fucking 8-year-olds with Hot Wheels toys. And it's pretty fucking great. Just they RP a fucking like goddamn Initial D episode, and it's fucking insane. It's just as far as and then there's the real episode. Like, then we come back to reality, and
I wanna know.
Yasun finally goes, hey, you know what? Get in the van. And it's like, what? Wait, hold on. Get in where? It's like, no, I'll take you guys.
No, come with me.
Yeah.
Not get in the van,
Yeah.
because that's a little creepy.
Well,
but just,
come with
hey,
me,
come with
and
me.
then he
Puts
leads them
everyone in the car.
to a van. No, it's a van. That shit is a van.
Yeah.
It has
Car,
that little
van.
car on the fucking
Yes.
dash, but
Okay.
that is a fucking van. And he takes them and then
As
does
far
not
as
tell
a
them where he.
rectangle's not a square. A van's a car, but a car isn't a van.
It's an automobile. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
My point is, he takes two young women without telling them where they're going to go into his automobile.
Yeah,
And goes
as they
at night
drive
and goes,
past the mountains, you know,
Yeah,
deep into
let's-
as they drive
yeah.
deep into the mountains.
Yeah,
you know?
and Riko goes, I didn't know that you can drive a car, and then it would have
Most
been
adults can.
it would have been great if Yasan said, I don't know how to drive a car, and then it just ended with him driving off the fucking like
Or they
edge.
get arrested.
Yeah, but then he goes, no, most adults are pretty much able to do that.
Yeah,
You should have said something. You could have asked.
Then I would have asked you.
Yeah, but I
But
mean,
no, we spent 6 hours.
we spent
building
6
shit.
hours building
Man,
fake cars.
was it
We had a-
6 hours?
we had a-
I feel like it was longer. Was it going back
I'm
to
just
how I
saying-
think that the shop is its own time? It's in its own time zone, you know, right?
It really is.
Yeah. Also, yeah, it's just, and then they get out, and it's like, hey, look, this is my personal favorite spot. You can kind of almost see the fireworks from here. You can see the tips of the fireworks from this side of the mountain.
Man, so I have to,
is
I have
not
to
a
assume
good-
that he only drove like halfway up the mountain pass. Like he didn't, like his arms are not even at like the next town, you know?
Well,
right?
also, you would think that, with that, you could just drive, I mean, I don't know. I guess it's good that he chose to take a sidestep from, that's still on the street and not go, okay, girls that I just asked to get into my car and drive into the mountains with me for an unknown amount of time. Let's go walk in the woods together for a bit, too, also to get a better look. But it still feels like, at least drive to the top of the mountain?
Short drive, short walk is a lot better than a long drive and a...
Look. Look. There's no roads up there for Tariq. Like this is the best you got, you know, right? Look, Rico, if you said, look, I feel like all this could have been avoided if Rico just asked Yasan this entire time from the beginning.
But
right?
it would have been weird. It would have been weird if I mean, look, I get that she's got an interdimensional relationship / friendship with Yasan, but this Riko asking this Yasan to give her a ride would be weird. It's
Be your
still
grandpa's friend.
yeah, but also
Best friend.
yeah, but also I have a shop to run. But also I'll close my shop to build model kit. I'll close my shop to build a model kit with you. If you ask me to fucking run errands for you, you better fucking pay up. That being said, I do think that Yasan was just trying to run out the clock so he didn't have to actually go to the festival. My theory is that he was
I agree with your original theory.
he's if I have to go to that fucking festival, I'm gonna lose it. There are people there that I fucking hate and I cannot be around.
Oh man,
I will.
man, oh
I will
wait,
show-
man, do you think the interdimensional police are in that town and are looking?
Yeah,
for
I am not. If we go
was
too
gonna
far
say-
outside of the town, the fabric of the dimension will break down, and we'll have to generate new characters. We can't do that, so we got to stay within the realm of the town.
right. I have to be within a certain radius of the
We must
model
stay
kit.
We must stay within the dome.
Right. Right. Yeah. So the episodes end with them being able to barely see the fireworks enough.
Yeah, they
you know.
see some fireworks go off over the edge of the mountain. They asked the mountain to give birth. It doesn't. Sure.
Then they have hats.
Yeah, and then they do their own little driving, and then the end credits are the end credits. Jesus Christ.
That was that episode.
That was that episode.
Yeah.
Episode 5. I want to cut through the mountains of Ryosangata
I love an
Riko,
episode
Saigo,
that
Puramo
that I felt that
Joshi
could.
mode.
Right, a lot of this moment could have probably been avoided if people knew how to manage their time better, you know.
Manage their
Right.
time or their alcohol.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Both?
Yeah.
Neither? Oh,
Both.
no.
Neither. Just.
Either. Yes, no.
He's got a shot,
All right. All right. All right. Anything else for this episode before we end it?
Hey. Vroom vroom goes the initial D.
All right.
Next
All right.
episode.
All right. That's this week's episode. All right. Kate, thanks. Bye.